Hi. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cameron. If you didn't watch my previous video, go do that. I kind of wanted to reflect and go through some of the stuff that I've learned as a student, as a friend, as a 20-year-old. Well, some of these are super random and others make sense. Some flow into each other, some relate, some don't. Instead of just being 20 things I learned in 2017, it's gonna be ice cream and chill version. So grab that pint and come take a seat with me as we discuss wisdom. So, the first thing I learned in 2017 as a 20-year-old is that I have the potential to be a bad friend. I was not the friend that I thought I was, and that I had room for improvement. Number 2, when I'm given the chance to be a friend, I'm a good friend. And that's something that I am proud of because it's, I think, a very good characteristic to have. And of course, nobody's perfect, so I definitely still make mistakes, but I will be supportive. I will smack you upside the head when you're making a stupid decision, and I will always be there for you. And people like to take advantage of that. Number 3, one day I want to own a telescope. But this one comes from when I went on vacation to Costa Rica last January with my family. We stayed in a beautiful house that overlooked the ocean, and it actually had a balcony. And at night you could see every star in the freaking sky. It was amazing. I got hooked on learning the names of the stars, and I think that's such an awesome thing to just know in life. What just dumbfounded my family and I was that there was no telescope there. And I just couldn't believe it. So when we went home back to New York, I looked at the pictures for the rental house, and lo and behold, there's a freaking telescope in one of the pictures. So at one point they definitely had a telescope. And it made me angry because I was like, gosh, darn it, could have looked at the stars. But anyway, so I decided one day I'm gonna own my own telescope. I actually went on Amazon like as soon as I got back. I was like, I don't have $500 for that. One day I will, but not today. And number 4, I learned that I am most comfortable with purple hair. I wanted color hair. I've had colored hair in the past. It was blue, it faded to a really fugly green color. I hated it. They dyed it back red, and then it kind of just faded into an ugly blonde and got cut out with all my haircuts. And last year I decided that I wanted to dye my own hair, so I bleached the ends, and it came out okay for someone who's never done anything like that before. And then I dyed it purple, but the purple faded away really, really quick. So I went and I got it professionally done, and I loved it. Oh my god, did I love it. And ever since then I've been hooked on purple. It just makes me feel so freaking awesome. Number 5, I am very forgiving when it comes to others' actions and words. My willingness and my ability to forgive kind of let me overlook my own happiness in multiple relationships with friends and a significant other as well. Number 6, I love to explore the city and find small beauty in hidden places. Coming to college, I didn't want to live in the city. I actually really hated the city. I hated the idea of living in the city. I love my school and I love the idea of my school, but I really, really wanted to move to North Carolina and go to school in North Carolina. That didn't happen. So I was kind of scared coming to New York City and living here, breathing here, being here all the time. And I only knew that as I went further into my studies, I would have less time to leave the city, so it would really be my home. I really had to go and explore and make this my home. So I did, and I was very happy I did that. Number 7. This past year I had some rough times in school because of life, and I finally found the perfect formula for studying. I hate living somewhere where it's so noisy and there's so many people, but I love to study where it's busy, which makes no sense, but it works. I figured out that I am a desk studier. I need a desk, I need to be organized. And yes, it needs to be quiet. But quiet doesn't mean alone for me. Quiet means my earphones are plugged in and I'm in a busy room with a lot of foot traffic, like a Starbucks or a student lounge. I am not happy and I do not efficiently study when I'm sitting by myself. It's the weirdest thing, but it works for me. I'm very happy I figured that out because it's let me become a better student. So number 8 I think kind of connects to number 7, and number 9 kind of connects to number 8, but let's talk about number 8. I found out that I love to interact with people every day and I live for those interactions. When my family moved away and when my ex moved out, I was alone. This is the most alone I've ever been in my entire life. So I really just found out that I needed that human interaction no matter what it was, even if it was going to Duane Reade, getting out of the house for an hour, getting a coffee, talking to somebody. I am just a person that thrives on that and that I need that to be happy. Number 9 connects to number 8 because I know how to be alone. So although I don't like being alone, there are times where I need to be alone, like my downtime and my beauty rituals and shopping in Sephora or shopping in Home Goods or shopping in Marshall. Those are the times where I look forward to being alone, and I love being alone and having those two parts of me, the wanting to be around people all the time but also knowing how to be alone, let me realize that there's a difference between being lonely and being alone, and that for most of 2017, even though I was living with people, I was lonely. And it made me really value the friendships that I had. It made me kind of hyper-focus into putting energy into relationships that meant a lot so I can finally not feel lonely when I'm with people and feel happy when I am alone. Number 10. I love forensic pathology. That's old news. If you know me, that's old news. But something that I learned, or something that was kind of solidified for me in 2017, was that I definitely want to dedicate a portion of my career to serving the underserved. So the people who don't necessarily fit into healthcare, like the homeless or the mentally ill, mentally disabled, elderly, a lot of people who are left in the dark. I feel like that is one of my goals in life, is to be those people's provider and care for them and be their doctor. Number 11, age doesn't define friendship. So I actually made a friend who is quite a bit older than I am, but he has become one of my closest confidants and somebody who I can trust and somebody who I can talk to about my day, and it's been interesting to see how that relationship has bloomed and blossomed and how close we've become. It's really awesome. Number 12, I love the gym, which I thought I would like it, but I really love going to the gym and I could see myself becoming more involved in the gym in the future. But I hate running. Like, really hate running. Number 13, I always need to be creative and keep my hands busy. If I have downtime, I hate it. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, after a long day you come home and you put on the TV, that's fine. If I know I'm not gonna have any studying to do, I don't have my internship, I don't have work, I can't just sit there. That's something that, you know, I knew about myself, like in high school and before high school, and I kind of lost that coming into college, but it's something that, like, I figured out is so important to me, is that I need that creative outlet somehow. You know, I couldn't play my flute in any clubs, and that was a big kick to the face, and I don't know, it's just been nice to finally find new outlets to be creative. Number 14, being in love and loving the idea of being in love are two different things. Looking back at where this is coming from, I already knew that, but living through it has been a different experience and knowing about it. Like, you make mistakes, you move on, and you learn from them, and with this person, it just became so much more clear to me what this meant. Number 15, cooking is awesome. I used to hate grocery shopping. I would dread going to the grocery store with my mom. and now I live for it. I am here for grocery shopping. It's been something that I've really learned to enjoy. I learned to make the time to cook and really focus on making my body healthy. But you know, it's Sunday, it's cheap day, you know? It's everyone's day off. And not only just grocery shopping, but expanding my taste buds and learning that I don't like this and this isn't good for me, and creating new recipes. I mean, it's something that I really, really love to do. My father was actually a chef, so I think I get that from him. Which brings me to number 16. I realized I'm more like my dad than I thought I was. This is a whole different story that I don't know if I'm comfortable sharing with the whole wide world. I think I share more characteristics, the good characteristics, with my dad than I ever thought I did. Number 17. I need time to go out. I cannot be a caged animal. And if going out is dancing, getting coffee, getting ice cream, whatever it may be, I need to do it or else I will go insane. Number 18. Growing up, I was never forced to believe in a certain religion. I was baptized, Roman Catholic. That didn't really have an effect on my life. I went to church a few times in my life, nothing fantastic. But I've always found myself struggling to understand what it means to be religious. Going through losing my grandma with my family and all of us experiencing it together and experiencing some weird stuff that happened as she passed, and just coincidences, or was it coincidence, or was it planned? And I mean, it's crazy. It really blew my mind, and it's something that sits with me now and something that I think about often. Number 19 is I love to work. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? So I think I just like to push myself, and I just am the kind of person that doesn't really find friends in the school environment, and making friends outside school is really where I thrive. And if I can make money, make new connections, go to school still, learn some life lessons, learn some life skills, I am here for it. And number 20, which is my absolute favorite, is that I'm awesome. 2017 tried to tell me that I'm freaking not, but I am. Discovering that I'm awesome is gonna help me make a great 2018. I just know it. I hope so. So those are the 20 things I learned in 2017 that helped me become a better person and helped me become wiser and older and live 2018 better. And I have a feeling it's gonna be a little bit about me. Just like a little. Just gonna be a little self-centered, you know, just enough. Thanks for listening to me blabber my mouth off and give you information you probably didn't need. Go finish your ice cream, and I hope you have a good night. I can't think.